President Trump signed a memo on Wednesday to prepare a massive facility at Guantanamo Bay to be used to house deported migrants. Trump had earlier teased he intended to do so during a signing ceremony for an immigration-related bill. The memo will direct the Department of Defense, Department of Homeland Security to prepare a 30,000-person migrant facility at the Guantanamo Bay, a facility in Cuba that has been used to house military prisoners, including several involved in the 9/11 attacks. We have 30,000 beds in Guantanamo to detain the worst criminal illegal aliens threatening the American people, Trump said during an event to sign the Laken Riley Act into law, stiffening the nation's immigration laws. Some of them are so bad, we don't even trust the countries to hold them because we don't want them coming back, so we're going to send them out to Guantanamo, Trump added. This will double our capacity immediately, and it's a tough place to get out of. The order is the latest step in a government-wide effort enacted by the Trump administration to remove certain immigrants from the United States. Guantanamo Bay is best known as a military base where terror suspects are held. It became infamous for accusations of torture and abuse the U.S. carried out the war on terrorism. The Biden administration sought to wind down operations at the facility. There are 15 detainees still there. New York Times reported last September that the base also housed a separate facility to house migrants. Oh boy. Let me explain how dangerous this is. So, we talked before about how with the Laken Riley Act, the idea behind it is that if an illegal immigrant is accused of a crime like theft, burglary, again, not convicted but accused, they can be detained, and then that in and of itself was bad from my vantage point because it's really dangerous to put people in jail for crimes they have not been convicted of. You know, out of some supposed desire to ensure the safety of the people who were born here or have papers or whatever. But when you go about trying to put illegal immigrants who are accused, not convicted, of theft, burglary, when you try to put them in the same facility that we housed 9/11 suspects in, I mean, I feel like the message is pretty clear. You see illegal immigrants and their possibility in terms of committing a crime as just as being as dangerous as the people that committed the worst terrorist attack in all of U.S. history. So let's get this straight. If you are someone who doesn't have papers, and you're accused of theft or burglary or robbery, you can be detained. And where you're detained may vary from your local state prison to possibly Guantanamo Bay. And Trump wants to house a lot of them there, right? 30,000. So it's not even like, oh, these are the ones who, you know, we found they were accused of something, and then you look on their record and their country are over here, and it turns out they killed this person or they, you know, ran over this person. No, it's literally, if you happen to be selected to go there, then you're just gonna be in the same facility as the 9/11 suspects, or I guess people involved in that tragedy. It's getting really scary. Like, that's a hell of a pipeline in terms of just wrong place at the wrong time, accused of something, detained, and then sent over to possibly Guantanamo Bay. And sure, not all illegal immigrants that get, you know, put under suspicion or detained through the Laken Riley Act will go to Guantanamo Bay, assuming that they don't make more beds for them out, you know, past 30,000. But it's the mere fact that, like, you don't have 30,000 illegal immigrants walking around killing people every week or every day. It is an extremely you know, it's all part of that tough on crime nonsense, right? That if you go about making things more extreme for people, the lighter their offense is, or in this case, you don't even have to actually break a law after coming here, right? You could just be accused of one. Then you're gonna, like, push some deterrent. I think all this is gonna do is just make people more inclined to, like, not even participate in the economy. Like, we talk about all the illegal immigrants that work these jobs that nobody wants. You're gonna see a lot more of them just sitting at home because if things are dangerous enough to where If they're in the wrong place at the wrong time, or someone decides they want to screw with them, they can say, "Oh, this person tried to break into my store. I caught them stealing my, I don't know, candy bar," and then the stupid ICE is gonna round them up, and depending on if there's enough space, they're gonna send them anywhere from, again, the local state prison to goddamn Guantanamo Bay. Like this, it is nuts. And I really don't think this will solve any actual problems. Like, criminals, as we've discussed before, break laws. That's their main thing. Passing stricter laws is not going to make them go, "Ooh, I'm so scared." So it's just going to hurt more people. And oh boy, the nativism in the United States, it just gets more and more extreme. I'm just happy at least that people who are legal don't have to worry about getting thrown in jail if they're accused of a crime. Well, there is the NDA 1021, which let me shut up about that. That's an Obama law. Isn't it funny, right? People, they talked about, the open border under Biden. I guess we're gonna have the so instead of the open border, which we did not have, would you prefer the, I guess, open prisons, or open detainment of anyone that gets accused of a crime and is illegal? Like, that's a preference. It's all just rotten. There are ways to solve this stuff. There are laws that can actually be passed to reform the U.S.'s broken immigration system, but you're not going to see that happen. This week, next year, in this 4-year period of Trump. It's just going to be more stuff that's meant to torture people.